Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Thank God we got adults around still, and they're still in the room. Not too many though, but they're still there, and I'm glad when they're noisy. And they're ballsy, and in this case, we talk about something that is not ballsy, but you know what I mean. Uh, this is Marine Le Pen, and she had some harsh words for that weasel unelected Joseph Borrell from the European Union. If you're not familiar with France's Le Pen, she is I was about to say the director. It was the Front National. That was the party that I think they might have changed their name because they said, well, you are right wing, you're extremist, blah blah blah. It was her father who started it, and anyway, he said certain things that some people didn't like, and anyway, she is a fantastic lady, courageous, smart, and an adult. I like her. I like her as I like Zakharova as well. I don't like Truss. Not I don't like because there's no over there. No, it's not there. That's what I don't like those guys. Zakharova, I like Zakharova. I like this one. As I said, I don't like Burback or whatever her name is, Annabelle from the foreign minister of Germany. I know Liz Truss. And I don't like the other dictator. I don't like many dictators, but any dictators to be certain. The New Zealand Amarella, Babarella, Caparella. Oh my God! If you let her in charge, she is gonna be a cutthroat. So let's see what Mrs. Le Pen says, or Miss Le Pen. This article comes from Sputnik, and it's from today, which is 16th of October 2022. France's Le Pen blasts EU's Borrell over threat to quote-unquote annihilate Russian army. Just watch some videos with Marine Le Pen, with Weasel, British, and not only interviewers. Unbelievable. Female and male. But she fucks them up. Why? Because she's got the facts. And those guys don't like facts. And they pick and choose facts. They don't go chronologically, because chronologically they lose. They don't have a case. In a speech on Thursday in which he compared Borrell, the European Union, to a paradise-like garden flanked by jungles, the EU High Representative for Foreign and Security Policy warned that Russia's military would be destroyed if Moscow were to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine. France would probably be at war with Russia if Joseph Borrell was in charge of the nation's foreign and security policy, National Rally Marine Le Pen has said, and I'm quoting, "I believe that we must hold to the tools of diplomacy, because when I hear the statements of the head of European diplomacy, Joseph Borrell, if he made decisions for us, I think he would have already entered the war," the French opposition leader said, speaking to BFM TV on Sunday. Le Pen cautioned against crossing their line of assistance to Ukraine and becoming a direct participant. You already are. In the conflict between Moscow and Kiev. No, the war is between Moscow and Washington, and not really Washington, is the guys behind Washington. Military-industrial complex, financial system, and energy interest. And she said, the French people don't want this. I don't want this. She stressed. And I'm quoting again, "Be careful not to take too big a step which would take us to war," end quote. The politician also expressed consternation that the term quote-unquote peace has practically disappeared from the lexicon of the participants of the crisis, and called for negotiations, recalling her idea of Paris hosting a global peace conference. Borrell warned Thursday that Russia's army would be quote-unquote annihilated by NATO if Moscow were to use nukes in Ukraine. And I'm quoting, "There is the nuclear threat, and Vladimir Putin says he is not bluffing. Well, he cannot afford bluffing," Borrell said at the European Diplomatic Academy event in Bruges. And I'm quoting again, it has to be clear that the people supporting Ukraine and the European Union and the member states and the United States and the NATO are not bluffing either. And any nuclear attack against Ukraine will create an answer. Not a nuclear answer, but such a powerful answer from the military side that the Russian army will be annihilated and Putin should not be bluffing, Borrell said. And I made a video on that, and my simple next question would be, then what? So you annihilate the Russian army where? In Ukraine or overall? In Ukraine. Okay, you annihilate it. Then what? Did you think it through? This was my question. The kids think only the first step. Borrell is a kid and is in charge of the diplomacy of Europe, god damn it. And he's talking about, oh, we're going to annihilate it. Then what, Borrell? What do you think the Russians will do? Jerk off? And wait for you to do what? Dance so they can jerk off one more time? Or what? Jesus Christ. Western officials and media have spent weeks discussing the escalating danger of a nuclear war after the deliberately distorting comments made by Russian president last month about statements by senior NATO officials on the possibility or even admissibility of using weapons of mass destructions against Russia. Russia's nuclear doctrine expressly forbids the use of nuclear weapons unless WMDs are used against it first, or in the event of a conventional attack so severe that the country's very existence is threatened. The U.S. Nuclear doctrine faces no such restrictions, and the Pentagon explicitly rejects ruling out the concept of a nuclear first strike. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I know what to tell you. I can tell you a lot, but it's just I'm not a person who wants peace, because peace has to have rules, and it's very hard to get the common denominator in a peace treaty, because if the peace is not done right, like it hasn't been done after the First World War, you got the Second World War. And even after the Second World War, I don't think it was right, because you got Soviet Union and United States with its weasels. They got their weasels, these guys got their weasels, because they couldn't get along. They were so greedy, they wanted all. They had half of the world for each, but they wanted more. So as Napoleon said one time, he said, I'm a man of peace. I like peace, but as long as it's done on my terms. So this is what the peace is. I said, why don't they want peace? They want peace, but they want it in their own terms, and those terms you cannot accept. That means I want peace with the neighbor, as long as he gives me his house, his money, his car, then we're going to have peace. Until then, I'm going to try to get it. Why? Because that's the way we are, and because we want stuff. And once you got more of this, then you want more for other people. What are you going to do? You're going to take that away from us? Are you going to give us to drink soy, so we become soy boy? And we're like, oh, starting lactating, or all of a sudden, oh my God, it's not about hurting anybody's feelings here, but this is what's going on here. We're gonna be emasculated, becoming what? Peaceful? You can't get that. That's human nature. We want stuff. Even Siddhartha Gautama, so-called the first Buddha, he said, pain, life is pain, and pain comes from where? From desire. How can you eliminate desire? Not wanting things. Don't own anything and you will be happy. There you have Mr. Schwab. He's a Buddhist, must be, as long as he's in charge. That's the problem, because he's not going to profess, don't own anything and we're going to be all happy. No. You are not going to go own anything and we will be happy, because I'm going to own everything you got. Oh my. All right. What can I say? Watch Marine Le Pen. She's fantastic. She's logical. She's evidence-based, historical-based, chronological events, and she's fierce. She's fearless. She just goes over there and does what she does best, fights. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.